ways of bringing a smile on, like, everybody around us. I'm sure, like, it will help our children to, be a Santa, a cute little Santa this Christmas for somebody. Thank you so much,
And
sir, for being.
Thank you very much for inviting me and let me share my thoughts. So we can all do a little bit on our side and make a difference. When actually there is no real Santa, we just have to be Santas, and especially in this difficult time of pandemic, we cannot assign a person to wear the Santa hat. We all have to wear a little bit of that and go that route.
Rajesh, sorry for the short notice, huh? You gave me a very short notice.
That's okay. That's okay. And I have a little bit of experiences which I'll be happy to share, and I'll be happy to answer any questions also if you have.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome, sir. And yes, Ruma, we can start. Good morning, Jyotsna, ma'am.
Good morning, Madhur ma'am, Pradeep sir, Ruma, and all my colleagues, and our young resident scholars. Sorry, young scholars, not resident scholars. So,
Good
Madhur ma'am,
morning.
so today we are just trying to tell all the students that we just want to know the vacations are starting, and we all know Santa is going to come to each house. So, how many of you believe that Santa comes? I want the students to answer. Unmute and tell us.
Santa is our mom and dad.
So, but what does Santa do exactly? What is Santa's job?
Spread happiness.
Yes, spread happiness, bring a smile on people's faces. So this year, because of pandemic, we don't know whether Santa is going to come or not. Either he has to wear a mask and come, or he has to put mask for his reindeers, the red nose reindeer. So let's try. And what we are going to do today is, because the time is too short, so we are just trying to see whether why not you all become a Santa for this year. So each of us can be a Santa, and you know what our job is, just to bring a smile on somebody's face. So all we have to do is identify one needy person and work for that needy person and be a Santa this year. And then write your reflections with your pictures and give it back to your the class teacher so that we can put it in the trumpet. So let's see how we can bring smiles. And I know the time is short, so I'm introducing two people to you. One junior Santa and one senior Santa. We have one student from Great Valley High School, Pennsylvania. She will tell you how what she feels about community service. And we have at the same time Mr. Rajesh Relan. He's an artist. He will tell you about himself, that how he is contributing and being our main Santa for us this year. So let's start with, I think I'll introduce first Megha Iyer. Here she is with me.
Hello, everyone. Hair donation. So hair donation is basically cancer children and anybody who has cancer, when they go through chemotherapy, they can lose a lot of their hair. So hair donation is basically they can make wigs out of your hair and donate it to these children who don't have any. So when I was 7 years old, I donated 8 inches of my hair. So you can see
how often you grow your hair and donate, just tell them.
Yes, so I've donated 3 times before, and maybe I'll donate another time soon. So that's good. And in these pictures, you can see. So that's how much hair comes off. So finally, I'm going to tell you some tips on how to be a Santa yourself this year, and you can help everyone. So first, identify your skills. So you should know what you're good at. So maybe you don't know social media like me, so don't do that. Maybe you know singing, or you can do crafts or art, anything like that. So polish your skills, learn your skills, and once you become good at them, you can find beneficiaries and people that you can help. So organizations, maybe it's just one person. Maybe you're helping your grandmother with something. Anybody, that you can be a Santa for anybody in your community. So work with them and be confident. Even if you make a mistake, you can learn from it And it's okay to make mistakes. It's not a bad thing. And finally, you need to remember this is a give take relationship. And this basically means that you're not the only one who's giving, you're also learning from that person that you're helping. So that's all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Any questions for Megha? Anybody wants to ask?
I don't have any question, but I would name Megha as Megha the Rapunzel. She is
Oh,
Thank you.
growing such long hair and giving them, you know, as if it's a farming going on there. Really, really appreciate that.
okay. Now we take our senior Santa, Mr. Rajesh Relan, who's been there in US for I think last 25 years, if I'm not mistaken, or
Yes.
more than.
Yeah.
So he's actually was in India. He's born and brought up in Delhi, and then he moved to US and in California. So he's sitting here in California and talking to us today. And he's been ex-president of Home of Hope. So now Rajesh will tell us his novelty and his ideas, what he thought and how he raised funds. Over to
Okay.
Raj.
I'll take it from here. Thank you very much. So, before I talk about fundraising, I'll tell you why I started this and why I continue this. That is very exciting for me. I came to this country more than 25 years ago, and when I came, I thought I knew all about America and the differences. But once I was here, it was a totally different experience. Different experience. It was still an eye opener to see the differences here and there. Things have kind of balanced a lot in these years, but at that time it was very different, and that was the time I realized how much is needed there. There was a lot needed. There were so many things which those kids could do, and but just because they did not get the opportunity, they did not get the resources, it wasn't, I felt it was, life wasn't being very fair to them. So that's what kind of enticed me. And I was very fortunate. I came across this wonderful lady, Nilima Sabharwal, who is our chairperson now. She was starting this foundation called Home of Hope. It's an NGO. It was, I mean, at that stage, we were only 4, 5 people there. We started it and we got introduced to some other orphanage in Chennai where the need was they had, you know, very poor condition bathrooms. It was a small orphanage with 20, 30 children, and they were all falling sick because they had just one bathroom. Gastroenteritis was a way of living there. So the first thing we did was raised funds and kind of helped them improve their bathrooms and eradicated this disease. So this is how it started, and gradually we brought in the community with us and gradually kept on growing. But what is more important, which I want the children to know, it is not how it started or why I started, it is why I continue to do this. It felt okay, I'm doing something good for the children, which makes I'm being a nice person and all. But honestly, after a few days you realize you're actually doing it for yourself, because once you see that smile on those kids faces, the way you see them making a difference in their lives, you really feel so accomplished. And that is what is really really exciting. You do something and then the results come back, and it's been good more than it's yeah, actually this year was our 20th year. So the circle has completed with so many kids who kind of understood how things happen, and then now they are independent, grown up, like regular citizens, and they are also contributing and supporting us. They are not taking the support from us, but they are supporting us as volunteers, as donors. And that is really exciting because you feel okay, you really helped in raising good human beings and independent citizens who are part of the mainstream, not in downtrodden positions there. Every year we do fundraising, kind of talk to people, tell our story, and also do a banquet each year where it's like a nice party. People come there, you socialize, we tell them about what we did with their money the whole year and things like those, and raise funds. And we've been pretty successful in that. We started raising $35,000 a year, and now we are at a point where last year we rose seven or 800,000. I don't remember the exact number. So, which is a big leap in these 20 years. But this year, it things started turning so much, turning around, and because we were generating more funds, we were supporting more kids, and suddenly with this pandemic there, we realized it could be challenging to raise the same funds. But the need in India was increasing because it's not only their education, but now at this point, their parents were losing jobs and they didn't have money. So, if they don't have anything to eat, how will they concentrate on other things? And we kept on trying, everything is online. We did our event also online, which went off well, as good as it could be. But at the same time, I thought, okay, this is a real year of gratitude. I mean, we've received so much from our donors, and we still need to do that. And I'm an artist also. I paint for fun, have done some successful shows, and I really enjoy doing that. And people in this California area where I live in Silicon Valley, they know me as an artist, and some people have expressed their desire to have my paintings. So I thought, okay, this is a good time to kind of make some paintings which are based on our homophobe theme and give it to them against some donation. We are not selling those to them, we are just giving them as a gratitude. So that's where the angle of Santa comes in. Okay, you are doing so much, so it's my turn to be nice to you and give you something in exchange. So I made good size paintings, 20, and took out some of my older ones also and put them on a website and said, okay, against a small donation, you can get this for free. Before I talk further on this, let me share a little video about these paintings with you. Being involved with Homophobe for almost 20 years has given me more than I ever thought of. Those children whom we served as a call of duty seem to be our own now. The most gratifying feeling is to see them grow and prosper and move towards fulfilling their own dreams. Just a little support and they are ready to fly. In the difficult times of pandemic when the needs are more, the support has been harder. Home of Hope has been blessed with many sticky heart donors who are committed to support no matter what. This is the true time for gratitude. Here are some of my paintings which I have painted for our supporters. They are available against a small donation. Please support the children. Your small donation could be life changing for someone. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh. It was excellent. Now,
Thank you.
any of our scholars who are, Rajesh, do you want to say something more?
Yeah, I can actually go on, so you will have to tell me when to stop.
It's only we only have 3 minutes. So I just want to see whether our students want to ask something.
Of
Maybe
course,
they'll
that
ask
is
you a
most
tough
important.
question. What inspired you?
As I said in the beginning, I grew up in India and I saw how things are difficult there. And I mean, there is a lot of poverty here also, but it's at a different level. I mean, people are not struggling that hard just to find a meal a day. Things are so much better, and you kind of feel because that's where your roots are. So I naturally gravitated towards that side and wanted to help from where I kind of got my learning and all. So, and I always grew up, honestly, Jayaji is my sister. So people learn with example, and I grew up with examples. So that's what really motivated me.
Any questions from anyone? Any doubts? Because we're expecting each of our scholars to be a Santa this year.
Aditi want to ask some question. Aditi?
So actually, I wanted to ask that how do we get involved in all of this?
You
Like,
know,
I want to, so how do we?
okay, let me tell you about the organization I support. So we have a lot of projects happening in India. In fact, in Delhi also, you must have heard of maybe Udayan Care or Sai Dham, Mano Vikas, and a lot of kids are involved in that. We do Skype sessions or video calls. We have programs called Smile and Meet, where like here kids are doing kind of teaching the children in India Bollywood dance, but the basic idea is, I mean, they know Bollywood dance better than kids here, but they converse with them in English. So we are kind of teaching them the language. We are doing so many online lessons which kids are supporting other kids. It's very easy to relate to a kid. When I come and start teaching, there is a kind of stress or something. Okay, this is somebody elderly teacher and all. But if you see somebody of your age group and you start communicating with them, it makes a big difference. And everybody's doing it from their home. Even you guys can do that. You know, that is one good way of doing. See, for us, provider, like, we need foot soldiers. Foot soldiers are very important. For you, providers are your parents. If some money is needed, you can ask them, they will help you, and you can make a donation, which is also very important. Don't I'm not trying to say that is not important, but money is only useful if there's somebody who can make the right use of it. For that, so many volunteers, so many kids, adults, everybody is needed. So there's a lot you can do. And this is for this organization. But even, the same thing can be applied at your home front. There is so much needed around you. You have everybody has maid servants and all in India. Their kids need help in education, or maybe sometimes providing them with certain things which you don't want. If we are fortunate to come from affluent backgrounds, and we do, our parents can get us a new laptop every other year if this is getting dated. But there are children who don't even have these, they don't even know. So, like this year, we kind of gave them a lot of students, they needed these tablets because classes were online and they had small phones. They could not do anything on that. Tablets at least had a bigger screen. They are inexpensive. That donation was made. But along with that, it's not only the tablet which was given, that is the money part, which your parents or anybody who's deep pocketed can help. But we need somebody to teach those kids how to use the tablet. So that's where a lot of foot soldiers are needed. And kids can relate so better with the other kids. We cannot do that what you children can do. Did I answer your question, Aditi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Not at all.
Anyone else with any other question?
Chaitanya, I saw your hand also. You want to ask something?
So I have
Chaitanya?
the same question, like how do we children go about doing this to start doing community service? And at our age we can't do much, so what do we start by?
You know, yeah, my answer is the same, but elaborating a little more on that, what you can do is, everybody has access to YouTube, or we are all experts in making small videos. With that, also, a lot of education can be done, and you can be sending those to putting it on YouTube and, giving access to those little kids, and they would know, they would learn from there. Just spreading out the awareness and, being there for them will be a great help. They, more than anything else, these children, they need the confidence that they are not different, or they are, see, they live with the feeling that they are underprivileged. And the first thing we need to work on is to take them out of that complex. They have to feel same as us. Because they are same as us, we need to make sure they feel like that. And once they are that, they are more open to learning. Otherwise, a lot of kids, when you try and teach them something, they think, okay, it is beyond me. So we have to give them that confidence. And if you will interact with them, even in, let's say you have less time. I know school studies are very demanding and it's very hard to make out time. But maybe you guys can get together and say every Saturday we'll do this for 2 hours or something like that. That will also make a big impact. The fact that they can come and interact with you on a one to one or at the same level basis, that is where the magic will happen. And once you see that difference, you will feel so happy about yourself, you'll feel so happy about them. There will be no looking back.
Thank you, sir.
I think it's time. So I don't know, Ruma, whether we can take more questions.
Children, do you want to ask anything further? All right. Ma'am, if we can have sir's email ID, and if children want to interact later, so maybe they can send their queries to
Of
sir
course.
through the email.
Yeah,
I think
you
that
have
would
my
be a
email
great.
address. Just send me the question
I
and
will.
I'll answer.
We have his email address. That's one. Secondly, Rajesh, I would like to tell you, our students do work with Udyan Care. They do
Oh,
work with cancer
excellent.
children. They work with senior citizens. They work with adoption centers. And these middle school children, they have already been working with Apna Ghar. And you've been working with MBC and Mata Bhagwati Chadda Niketan. They've been working with Ruhi Foundation, Vatika.
Nice.
So as you all are doing it, now it's
So
only
they're already there. Yeah.
they
Excellent.
work. The only thing is because of pandemic, now they have to work online. So that's why they were asking you good ideas. But they are
Yeah,
very good students, and
of course.
we have some of them very nice, and we are very good encouraging teachers under the guidance of Madhur ma'am. Everything is very good. So
Excellent.
over to Ruma
Excellent.
ma'am or Madhur ma'am before we wind up.
Madhur ma'am, would you like to address the gathering?
Okay. Thank you so much. What an excellent way, sir. You have given us idea how to give back to society. I think it is not only money which matters. It is you first of all, I think you should have that feeling of giving. That means if you're giving, you feel happy, you feel satisfied. And I think each one of us have such skills which we can share. And the best part which I liked about you, what you mentioned, is not to make them feel as if they are underprivileged. They are part of us. So I hope, I think children, you have got a lot of ideas, and now you can just identify what best you can do, and I'm sure each one of us will be a Santa. Thank you, Jyotsna ma'am, for arranging
Thank you,
wonderful.
thank you ma'am, and thanks
What
this small
wonderful
little girl Megha.
yeah. I really like that idea of donating hair. I That's such a wonderful, and it never struck us. God
Thank
bless you, dear.
you.
Thank you so. Thank you so much. I think before winter break, wonderful session we have had.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you and
Madhur
happy
ma'am.
holidays to all.
Happy holidays, and thank you, Madhur ma'am, Pradeep sir, and Ruma ma'am for encouraging and taking this forward. Thank you so much, and thanks, Rajesh.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I absolutely enjoyed doing this.
Okay then.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.